Hey guys, welcome to
Hello.
episode 22 of my podcast. Today I'm with Radu. Say hi, Radu.
Hi there, community. Nice to see you. Nice to see you, Dulzi, as usual.
Yeah, man. And today we're going to be talking about our favorite weapons, the prestige weapons. Um, because I feel like a lot of my streams have been talking more about ESL type stuff because I play ESL. But SB is pretty fun. We recently had a few changes and updates, so probably best to show a little bit of how these weapons are right now. Um, so
Oh, by the
yeah,
way, just to give a heads up from some of our previous episodes, the suggestion from Uno about having some special tournaments. We've had a discussion with ESL, and we will be hosting some of that probably, I guess, next month. It's our starting next month. So we'll give more details on, I guess, another podcast and obviously on the ESL forum. But so prestige weapons might be making their way back into ESL, but at least for limited use, so to
oh
speak.
lord, I don't know if I'm ready for that. I guess we'll see. I guess it won't matter, will it? I mean, and we'll talk about it later. But I think I understand. Not really in ESL, but more like getting towards finals, right?
Yeah, no, if I remember right, when Uno was suggesting that, or was saying that, when we were discussing squads in general and the idea of
Mm.
having ESL rules in squads, one of the things he was mentioning is as when he started playing in ESL, that the prestige weapons were allowed, and it felt like a much more natural transition, rather than what a normal player would be playing with his squad, and in squad battles you'd obviously be using prestige weapons, and then you're thinking, oh, let's take the squad to ESL, and you have no practice there with those other weapons and so on.
Yeah.
And he was saying, why not just let's see, like now after a few years, if there is any point in bringing some of these back, and we could do this with a limited tourney that would have. So that would be just that tournament. It wouldn't be qualified for other ones, so people would know from the beginning they're enlisting in one that has prestige weapons allowed and probably higher armor and so on, and see how it feels, how it goes,
You
right?
know, you brought up the point that a lot of squads will do well in SB then come back. I believe I had a podcast. I want to say my last podcast I talked to a guy, to Brian. He was on there with me, on here with me. He plays a lot of squad battle and he plays ESL with me. And he mentioned that people prepare. People think they're great in squad battle, then they come into ESL and get completely destroyed because they're just not used to the rules or the mechanics. So I'm not against it. I feel like our weapons have all come a long way, and I'm curious to see how it does. I think a limited tourney is a good idea. So back to going more into the prestige weapons. I've been playing a lot of squad battle lately, so I have a little bit of insight on this, but I feel like there aren't really crazily any prestige weapons. I mean, there are a couple prestige weapons that stand out, but like they're in a lot better place than they were, I would say, a few months ago. Um, let's
Which
see.
ones in particular, or
Okay, so
because one thing that just confirmed this, you could confirm this with me as well.
mm,
It's I noticed there are still players mentioning Marauder, but I've also seen, including in the topic that we made on the forum for this podcast,
let
that
me pull it up.
there was some mentioning that definitely noticed a decrease in Marauder, or they were actually able to deal with the squads that were full Marauder as Recon and Assault.
Yeah,
And so I think the Marauder has been taken down a bit. We, just so you know, guys, we are going to nerf him slightly a bit more in the next update, but I think that's about as down as we should put him.
yeah,
Some people already feel it's enough.
yeah.
We'll see. So one of the things that we will be touching will be the reload core as well. So the reload animation will be slightly longer, so it's a bit more punishing that you run out of bullets, I guess.
I think they'll actually put it to where it needs to be. Because that's a really, I mean, that reload core is pretty instantaneous at its current state. Um, and I'm looking at the forum posts. I mean, and there were some great posts regarding it. They felt that most of the classes were balanced. They felt Marauder was overpowered. Playing squad battle for the past week, Um, in terms of just having Marauder class, I felt like it wasn't as big of a problem as it was before. And hear me out, guys. For those of you guys who are gonna freak out and be like, "No, no, no, shut up! You don't know what you're talking about." Using Grinder or using even like for me using BSW or Dreadeye in the squad battle, I've been able to successfully take down, and my team's been able to successfully take down full Marauder players as in SB. It's just not as powerful as it used to be. So it's getting taken care of for those of you who are really concerned
Or like,
with that class.
yeah, they were like, it's World of Marauders. If you don't want to play Marauder, you can't play, and so on. That's some of the feedback seemed to be in that direction.
Honestly, I don't think anyone on my team even uses Marauder. I mean that our rating's not terrible. 1,400. We got it this week, and we don't use Marauder. I don't think a single one of us does use it. Grinder's actually pretty sufficient, a sufficient counter as well as Whisper, and even to a certain extent Sniper. A certain extent, not all the way. So in terms of prestige weapons, I mean they're more balanced than they used to be. I think that the Hands and Gret was overpowered at some point, way too overpowered. So that nerf really helped it out. I think the Whisper or Recon in general was crap, utter crap in squad battle. So it's good to see that Recon's getting a little love, although some people report to me that it might be a little too much love. So I'm really curious. I'm gonna be looking at the chat to see what you guys think about the Whisper or Recon in general. Like, is it too overpowered? Let us know. I'm curious. I'm hearing mixed reviews. I know it's overpowered in free for all matches, but like, what about squad battle? Like, does it really outgun some of the other things we have?
But in free for all, isn't it also that thing that I think it's beloved by any Recon player and dreaded by quite a lot of non-Recon players? I mean, I think Recon has this unique advantage in free for all that he's invisible. So
absolutely. I mean, Bosk is good. I mean, any Recon weapon is going to be
Yeah.
a decent in free for all because no one can see you on the map no matter what. That's as part of the Infiltrator core. I don't think I have a Recon set up, but that's the reason why they can't see you in free for all. So it's going to be good regardless. But in terms of stats, we could pull up the Whisper. Let's pull it up.
Just gonna take a few seconds to just answer some of the things in the chat that I think I could. So Black Zone and Steve are a bit concerned about having the prestige weapons back in ESL. As we mentioned, those would be trial tournaments, so no, they wouldn't qualify for anything, or it would be a standalone tournament, and we would see how it feels. And that's the whole point. Only that we have the support from ESL in terms of admins and the structure and so on. So don't worry, it's not something like from next month we're changing ESL completely. And the second part was Damian Moodley was saying, do you know if the Sapper was pulled back? So he means probably pulled out or anything like that.
Or nerfed.
So the Sapper, no, actually no, because the Sapper is not available at the moment for purchase. There's going to be an event pretty soon, including the Sapper, and so you're going to have a chance to get it back very, very soon. It's we're not removing the class or anything, and it affects those that have it already. It doesn't affect those that have it already. They can see it and still get the packs for him and so on.
I think with the last update, Sapper got a pretty big buff, right? To the turrets, some of them.
Yeah, but this is the thing. So, for example, also in this prestige weapon discussion, we should, I think we should take like the whole class concept when discussing the prestige weapon. So, for example, when we discuss this the Sapper prestige weapons, I don't think we should simply ignore the fact that he has access to turrets at the same time. Or, for example, for the commander, that he also has that added protection. So, for example, I guess we'll get there, but just to kind of show what I mean, I noticed quite a few talks about Orhi being underpowered, and I think essentially the Orhi in aim down sights, it's sort of like a commander with the shield, but because mobility is I don't know, such a highly valued stat. I think players tend to just choose that in front of everything. So I think I like players. If the players get damage reduction, they would and be still or be very slow. They would rather have no armor and just be mobile. And I think that kind of playstyle is where some of these weapons that are obviously not the top DPSers, but bring some defensive capabilities, do not shine because they're sort of not necessarily used for their strength.
I mean, this is a pretty fast paced game in general too. So I mean, but a question regarding the Ori: how much defense does it give whenever you aim down sight? Because I know it gives you a little shield. Like
Well, I could actually, I have to say that I don't fully know the value, but
okay,
if you give me just like 1 second,
okay,
maybe, or I can pop
one.
a question. Well, one is yes. So let
Yeah.
me pop this question to.
Let's. I'm gonna look at some of these comments. Then no one recon's overpowered. Someone hates Marauder. Oh, someone asked about equipping camos onto prestige weapons, kind of like this.
I noticed that one. I think I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but I will. I guess I will. So basically, how should I say this? The skins that prestige weapons are done differently than the normal weapons. If you noticed, like each one of the camos applies to the same areas on normal weapons, but for prestige weapons, you notice that we did that color scheme configuration, and there are the skins that you can only use on a specific weapon. So due to how they are made, it's not something that we intend, or I think it would be that cool for the prestige weapons to just have the normal camos. But we could have I guess, a specific camo adapted for a specific prestige weapon and have it. I guess that's the only way.
So you're talking like
You can.
kind of like
Tell.
the jade weapon, like the jade weapons have the camo has to be kind of like designed for like the gun.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
Sweet.
Because that's like a little extra that goes into the prestige weapons to to make them more prestigious. I guess better
Yeah.
looking, I guess.
There was some old thing. That's the only reason why I have the camo on here. There was some old little camo thing.
I'm also wondering which ones, because for example, for suggestions or comments such as this one. So, like, what would you personally? I forgot, sorry, the name of the person who said that. So maybe I can find the comment.
It's Blackstone.
Oh yeah, Black Zone. Okay, so Black Zone. What weapon and what camo would you think would fit best and you would like to see in the game? So we'll take a look, see how it goes. Well, we could do a vote either here or on Facebook or within game and so on, and it could be made. But we need to know exactly what you like, so that we know you want it. Otherwise, it's like graphics work that could be put in something else.
I mean, the gold. I'm sure the gold pistol was received pretty well. I mean, it looks pretty cool. I see people using it all the time in squad battles. So, you know, I don't know. I'm curious to see what people want in terms of custom. If they want any custom cameras or anything on Prestige as well, because I like the concept of the gold Lux Eterna a lot. I've been looking forward to that one for a while. So, so
Well, we can go back to talking about the prestige weapons. We just went.
Yeah, about to say. So
through
back
a bit
to prestige weapons. I think their current state, they're mostly balanced. I noticed that, like I said, during a squad battle. I saw a comment here where it talked about support and tracker. I almost want to throw bounty hunter in there, but I mean I haven't used the Ver power in a while. In terms of being like not a little underpowered, I wouldn't say that they're like completely destroyed. So let's start with tracker because I feel like it's the easiest. Tracker only has one prestige weapon.
Well, yeah, because it was just
Right.
released, so it's going
Yeah.
to come eventually for sure.
Yeah.
Spoilers, I guess. It's not the next update or anything, but
Uh,
it will probably come pretty
yeah.
soon.
Let me know ahead of time. I'll save credits.
Sure.
Yeah, no, actually, I've actually pulled out you see it on my loadouts because I've actually used it, in squad battle. I use it as a surprise factor because people are like, what the heck? Like, he's using that. It's not bad. I mean, it's not great. It's not like compared to other weapons, it's not amazing, but with the dog, I kind of want to use it more, but it's not like the worst weapon in the game. When using it, I feel like it's not terrible.
But I mean, there were some buffs already in the latest update to it,
Yeah.
like, right? So I was wondering those do not feel strong. Because why I'm asking is because I feel like players are making sort of the same observations that the aim down sights mode basically is underwhelming, and
Yeah.
we buffed exactly that. So what do you guys think?
What is the aim down sight damage for it? I'm trying to like. Do you remember how much it like? What exactly the damage stat is if you were to aim down sight with this with the blom?
Yeah, let me see if I can actually
Because I was
tell
curious
you
about
that.
that. I don't even aim down sight. I mean, I didn't even try it. I just been spraying and praying, not even looking, closing my eyes while playing. And it's not the worst thing in the world. I thought it did okay, but I'm not saying that it's like it's great. It's 2 to 3 shot kill. Someone said it's buffed to 60. Oh, it needs to be buffed to 60. Never mind. Buffed to 60. Jeez.
No, he's saying it should be buffed to 60, so it's going to be, he's saying, 2-3
Two.
shot-ish kind of thing.
Um, I'm just trying to read. It's just so many comments that are toxic that I'm trying to find the good ones.
Sorry, and I'm trying to find what you asked me about, so
Guys, I will try to wear makeup moving forward in other podcasts so I look better. I'm sorry. Uh, Dulzi was OP back in the day. Whatever, man. I'd clap you now. I know who that is. He's just talking crap. Um, yeah, what is that aim down sight damage?
Yeah, I'm still I'm still looking.
I need it.
Just a second. So,
I'll
while
use
I'm
it
looking
too.
for it, you should say, I guess
I'm gonna
you could go.
I'm gonna try it out. We're gonna scrim in a bit, guys, but I'll try it out. But let's move on. Let's move on to the we talked about support. Support was underwhelming. You mentioned the Orhi. Haven't used it. See the 5 kills with it. Yep, that's exactly where it's been. I have played a little bit with the RCF though. I do like it because the rate of fire is pretty darn high, and the ability for the bullets to bounce is pretty appealing to me, especially if you're trying to like just get a headshot or just spam it. You can spam the crap out of it. You have a limited number of bullets, but it is a LMG, so I like it. I think that it's great as a class that kind of stays behind your enemies. But if you're trying to stand alone or rush with like a weapon like this, it's pretty bulky. So you've got to either have like godlike aim or something. But I feel like it is outclassed by other prestige weapons at the moment. But just because a lot of gameplay style I've seen in MC5 is pretty close quarters and pretty fast paced. So I don't know what you can do for support because support isn't really meant to be played in the same style that I see a lot of people like show videos on and stuff like that. I think that if it's played like in the back, and you know what, I'll try the Orhi too. Screw it. During scrim, I'll try that and see how it does. I've mentioned
We could try it. I mean, I would join as well, and I'll also have an Orhi, and I'm curious if we
yeah,
just try to have like a spot and shoot back to back,
just play on
how effective that
the
is.
opposite side of me. Don't play on the same side.
Yeah, no, as in I meant like back to back, so that essentially we're covering each other's
Yeah.
backs with
Oh, I
aiming.
see. D's. Um. someone mentioned. Okay, we talked about tracker. Recon, I don't think is underpowered anymore. I think if anything, I've heard more the other way. Like it's kind of OP, but I've not used it a crap ton. I still think it's outclassed by other weapons in the game. It's pretty solid. If you use Recon in a stealthy way, then it would be. I could see it being pretty OP. But I'll attach that. I don't have all the attachments unlocked for this guy. Sorry. I've not used a Whisper a lot. But
you can definitely give it a try.
Yeah, I'm going to give it a try. I'm going to use a silencer thingy on it, and I guess I'll put some decent armor on there. We'll use.
I noticed quite a bit of talk on the Firecracker as well on the forum. So
yeah.
Do you think that the reload should be buffed in terms of damage? Because I guess I kind of tend to agree with them from my from my personal experience with the weapon as well. That I mean the mechanic is cool, but I don't feel like it's impactful enough in what it does. And you also have the penalty with it in the sense that you're actually losing bullets. The other problem is that like if you give it too much damage, then you kind of have to reduce the number of bullets you have, so that people you have to think more about the trade-off. Are you throwing a grenade, or you need one more clip? You know what I mean? I mean at the moment it has like what 400 bullets or something like that. So I feel like you're pretty covered, even with quite a few reloads.
You know, comparing the stats of the Whisper to the Firecracker, I mean, the Whisper, like, I'm surprised I've not touched a Firecracker in so long, because I remember when it first came out, it was being played with a lot. At some point, it was really overpowered. At some point, it was really terrible. Actually, no, it started off terrible, I think, and then it became really overpowered at some point. Yeah. But in terms of stats, like on paper, Whisper like outclasses it by a lot. It has with the Flash Hider equipped, because there's no need for a silencer for Recon, in my opinion, just because of Infiltrator Core. It has 27 damage when it has a Flash Hider equipped, compared to the Firecracker that has 19 damage. So that's 8 more damage points with that really high rate of fire. Whisper being a little higher actually. So maybe it does need a. I've not tried it. Let's try it out. Maybe that high reload speed, or it might need a really high reload speed to compensate for it. I'm going to throw on that. Throw on this, that. That sounds good enough.
Yeah, I mean, I see you Arctic in the chat, and also read your comments on the forum. Very nicely presented and so on. It's very interesting that you're kind of one of the few people that actually, or that I have noticed, that mention Whisper as being very strong, but objectively the stats say so and so on. It's just interesting that it's not really complained about. I haven't heard about squad battles of 5 recons showing like it's the same team coming to you and killing you or something. I don't know, like with the Marauder, you know.
Yeah, I honestly, like I said, I disagree with the I disagree with the statements that the Recon needs to be buffed. I think that it's actually pretty decent where it's at. But let's kind of see. I kind of want to see what happens in these scrims with Recon. I'll try really these 3. The tracker. I want to try the 3 classes that people claim are weak, because I already know that Grinder is going to be pretty decent. I already know that the Dreadeye's pretty solid. Vice is pretty solid as well. Bounty Hunter, Verpower is okay. It wouldn't be my go-to, but it's okay.
But what do you think about the observations or the comments? So some people on the forum were saying the Verpower is one of those weapons that's really strong, like for more beginner players or in lower leagues, but at higher leagues people just outmaneuver you and know how to deal with it, since you're both slow and your range is objectively limited. Like you cannot hit further from a certain range, so they know how to play around that. So
I can see that. I actually can agree with that, because the Verpower has like what is it, like pretty much impeccable accurate. I mean, the accuracy's it's like what, like 100% or something like that.
Yeah,
it's up there. So I could definitely see that. If you're 100%, if you're able to just hold the button down and just like laser someone, and especially in the lower rank, I could see it being good. But I think compared to like a weapon, I keep on bringing up the grinder because I feel like right now in terms of squad battle, it's one of those like A tier or top tier weapons to use. If someone's using like a grinder with improved berserker, you're gonna die pretty fast. It's 2 bullets. I mean, Ver Power kills fast, but not that fast. And in terms of maneuverability, like a weapon like the grinder, the whisper, and Marauder,
you can use them at any range to an extent. Yeah.
Right, and even like Hands and Gret are gonna be great. So I guess the problem with Ver Power is that it forces you to be mid to close range when using it, and they're just better weapons than the Ver Power currently. And I'm bringing up only the Ver Power because I feel like the tier 9 Bounty Hunter just has never really been that amazing, and I feel like if it was made amazing, it would almost be broken. So I don't know what else to do with it. Like, 'cause I mean, it's kind of like what, like it's a spec is kind of like it's kind of a sniper. It's kind of like the ERG ERG 10 2.0, where you can kind of spam bullets and they bounce off and they kill people for the most part. So that's why I keep on mentioning the Ver Power, because the Ver Power is a better weapon, but it forces you to play like I said, mid to close, and it's just outclassed by so many different weapons at the moment. The only really huge perk to Bounty Hunter is going to be the kill streaks, which with Ethereal and Paragon, kind of not as relevant as it would be, let's say, in ESL, where they're limited with 2 core slots and won't use Ethereal. I know I'm rambling, but that's just kind
No. It makes total sense because again, for what you were mentioning before, for the Ver Power, for example, I think it was actually Arctic that was suggesting that so to address this issue, to make the preheat, like the overheat mechanism, trigger a bit faster. So then you couldn't hold the button, or you would need to hold the button down for less until you want to be able to use it. But then there's the core, right? That the class specific core that reduces the overheat time anyway. So this is what I think about this also when we're discussing nerfs and buffs and so on. So for example, like when we nerf accuracy and players just switch to more accurate scopes, or or muzzles or things like that, So not sure if something like touching the overheat mechanic is the place, and we can't really lower its damage.
I don't think that touching the heat. I've not really had a huge issue with overheating with this weapon. That's just me personally. I remember when it first came out, it was pretty overpowered at some point. I mean, everything gets overpowered at some point when it first comes out. Let's be real.
Well, except for the Marauder, right? Everybody said that it's trash at the beginning.
It was. So was Tracker. So like everyone's talking about Tracker right now, but watch, like in 5 months, everyone's crying. They want Tracker to be more overpowered. Now it's gonna be broken. The dogs can multiply and attack all your enemies at once and take them all out. Like, I mean, I don't know. We'll see. I'll play with a Ver Power as well. 275 damage though. Look at that. That's nothing to nothing to really laugh about. It's pretty insane.
Yeah.
So we'll try it out, guys, and see how it does in these scrims. Trying to see what my phone got a little hot because there's podcast going on, guys. Look at that. We'll try some scrims in a bit and kind of see where everything is. I'm trying to see some.
So Jester is telling us bring more activity to squad battles. If you check out some of the previous episodes with Dulzi, we actually talked about squad battles and some of the things that we have planned potentially on them.
Oh, he knows. So, he's just asking. I've already talked to him.
Okay.
He's aware. He was the guy who talked last podcast. Yeah. I think SB does need some love, and in correlation or with prestige weapons, because that's where they're mostly used. I think that he was talking about how he feels like squad battle should have like more there should be more rewards or something like that for participating in squad activities, in contrast to
Uh,
weapon
yeah,
packs.
for sure. As I said, I think squad battles is a feature or a game mode that we haven't really invested in for quite some time. And as I said, but it is due, and we are going to. And I really think it's I mean, personally, as an FPS player and so on, I really think it's a feature that needs to get all the love it can, because, as I said, I do see this game as a team game first and foremost, rather than just a 1v1 game. But maybe I don't know who. Maybe I'm just the only one.
I think that voice chat will probably help kind of
Yeah,
get that
this is
more.
the thing. I think that's like the first step. I really think voice chat brings a lot to any team play, and it's really needed in these kinds of situations. I mean, there are lots of moments where you want to go in somewhere, or you want to throw your grenades or whatever, and you'd be hesitating, and it would be like 10 times more efficient if you could coordinate with someone. It's almost
Yeah,
impossible to do without voice.
like an assault player with their 3 grenades. Um, yeah, I'm trying to see some more comments. Uh,
What's the new map? I'm not aware of a new map.
I don't know. This is a surprise to me. I don't think there's a new map, guys. I don't think we need a new map right now. I don't think that should be the focus of of the game. I think the focus should be more towards developing like some of the in-game content that's already existed. Like squad battle, I think needs. I think if squad battle got more attention, because I enjoy playing squad battle. I don't like having to coordinate things. Like so ESL is fun, but ESL is very consuming. Squad battle is like on my own time, so that's why I really like want to see some love for it as well. Um,
Well, we surely. I mean, as I said, we're definitely planning that. We're on
so
the same page here.
yeah, someone mentioned kill signs. When I think that something that would be cool if there was some more exclusive kill signs for squad battle winners, because remember the alien kill sign was one that used to be pretty
Yeah,
great.
commented yes.
What else? There was another one that was pretty awesome too. So I feel like maybe another one is in order, or
Well, I think it was the panda mask and the alien kill sign.
is
So
that
not
panda?
sure.
Is that what that's not a panda?
No, I said the panda mask.
Oh, was
Uh,
it? Oh, was it a squad battle event thing? I don't know. I got it. I got it in a. I want to say I got it like in weapon. In what was it called back then? It wasn't called a weapon. It was
well, it wasn't. Yeah, it was probably.
whatever
I
packs they
don't. I
were.
don't really know.
Elite packs. Elite packs. That's what they were.
Kill it back. Yeah.
Yeah. Come on, man. You got to brush up on your history.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was. I'm talking in terms of kill signs. There were a couple of. There were these 2 kill signs that I'm showing on the screen. That there were the alien one and the one above it. I'm not even sure what it's called. That were awarded for performing well or winning so many squad battles. Perhaps maybe using these kill signs right here, the ones that are locked up. Maybe I don't know, or
But,
developing some new ones. The
so
sword.
let me. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, unfortunately, Dulzi, I can't see what you're showing
Yeah, I know.
right now. You know, I
I'm
can see
aware.
it a minute later.
I'm aware that I'm aware of it as I'm saying it. I'm like, he probably has no idea what I'm talking about. No, I was talking about the kill signs that used to exist were the alien kill sign there, and there was a kill sign above it that very similar to the alien kill sign. That's like a guy with glasses, sunglasses, and the same hat. I don't know what the name is. So kill signs are kind of cool because they can be displayed in not even like outside of the game and whatnot. That's why I'm a fan of good, cool looking kill signs. But I was also mentioning that there were some kill signs that are locked in the game. I think you sport one of them, the one with the sword upside down.
Yeah. No,
So like,
those are the reserved for tournaments and so on, but we can make something in that direction as well, for sure.
what tournaments?
Like like the one that we would be doing with ESL with special conditions, so standalone tournaments.
Okay.
there are three categories of kill signs there, specifically made for tournaments. They were thought out as like pro, league, and sort of amateur. So those, and there's the star ones.
I see.
Well, you're moving with the delay, so it's okay. I mean,
Yeah, no,
it's just a
I see
coincidence.
the star ones, the skull ones, and the sword one.
The star ones, yeah.
Sweet, cool. That's something I was interested in seeing. Special weapon in the shop's expensive. Well, of course, duh. Um,
I notice Jose is saying he keeps saying increase the melee range for your shibing armor, I guess, because
no,
road shooting.
don't
I
don't
don't
do
think.
that. Don't
I
listen
know
to Jose.
quite a few people, quite a few players complained about or don't like melee in general, and I definitely think that's something that increases your range. Just makes it, I don't know, pretty annoying or hard for the other person to play around. You know,
Yeah,
I mean, because I think that's the limitation of melee, and it's just
yeah,
an unwelcome surprise that doesn't really bring enough to the game, I think.
yeah.
So
I don't think it needs to be buffed at all. I think it's fine as it is. You know, it's that mechanic right there is already good enough. Let's not touch it anymore.
Brad Moon seems to be a bit concerned about the voice chat, so I'm not fully sure
Thanks.
if it's concerned about his connection or our connection. So I'll read his comment and then just answer it, and I guess we go back to the topic. So he says the current server super laggy. If
Mm,
in we introduce voice chat, I can't imagine how the server can take the load. Well, so first and foremost, I if you're talking about your connection, then it's, well, you can simply disable the feature. You don't necessarily have to use it. And if you're talking about our servers, it's not done through our servers, so it's not an additional load. It's something that we implemented on top
yeah,
through a partnership. So do not worry about lower game performance due to that.
yeah. That was a concern that I think I talked about it last. Whenever I talked about voice chat last podcast, and I mentioned that that was a concern for a lot of people, and I also mentioned that I remember you talking saying that it wouldn't be a concern, but when it comes to lag in the game, most of the time, I want to say that it usually has to do with my internet connection. So you might want to check your actual internet connection when it comes to playing. If you're lagging really bad, it could either be your device, because some devices are older and they can't play games very well. They get hot and laggy, or it could be your connection. So those are the two things that you have to always keep in mind whenever you're talking about lag. So yeah. Squad battles. Someone's mentioning a squad battle should be organized by ratings, and that we shouldn't be facing like higher ranked squads shouldn't be facing lower ranked squads. I disagree with this, and I disagree with it because I feel like squad battle, it's not as popular as it used to be. So you wouldn't find a match. Like you probably if you're at like 1,500 rating nowadays, there aren't that many squads that are at that level. So you probably wouldn't find anyone. You probably have to stop, even at 1,400. So I don't know if that's really something that could be implemented without getting
Well,
bored.
it's something that we can. It's something that we can do gradually. So as we sort of revitalize squad battles in terms of rewards, mechanics like matchmaking mechanics and conditions to be part of them, or how you do. I really expect that squad battles. I mean, it will be much more active. I think one of the concerns or things that we have is that we this will mean making it a five man requirement. And I think so that it's exactly towards the team model for ESL. So what I'm saying is that we could, let's say, first introduce a range of, I don't know, let's say 1,000, I guess, and it or a limit. It doesn't go beyond 1,000 and something, and then go lower to 800 or so if squads are popular enough to tighten the matchmaking.
Mm.
Another idea that, but I mean, I will mention it to you guys, but and I'm really curious about your opinion, but it's not something that we can that's going to be decided based on just this. So, so one of the suggestions around the team was to have an option that you want a fast queue, so then you don't matter who you're you don't mind who you're queued with. You just want a fast game here and now. You're confident that you can do well no matter who you're facing, and the option to like match me as close to my rating as possible, and that would be a significant wait time increase, but you would get the match that you're expecting. So, I know
What
what do
about?
you think about it?
I think that's cool, but I don't know how many people actually would care about. Do people really care about that? That's the better question. I was thinking something more along the lines of like playing with your friends. Like, is there a way to like, or would you think it'd be a good idea to have it to where like you can play with your friends, like have like, I guess it's custom match in a way, but like play with your friends in a ranked match, so that it helps out your rating.
Well, we haven't found a proper solution to this, and that's why, I mean, so for example, I was thinking just now, if you remember now the tracker event, yeah, you had to play with the tracker loadout, but you had the option to not lose MMR.
Yeah.
And so I'm thinking we could do that for squads. So you would have to be in the same squad as your friend, or you have your friend join your squad, but and then you could queue from there for a normal match or whatever. But both of you, none of you are getting MMR, but you're getting the matchmaking. The problem with the playing with a friend, I mean, there are more problems or more issues in the way that the game was built. There's also the fact that there's the auto balance feature. So basically, there are situations in which you will join with your friend, and your friend would end up in the other team, and that's very awkward,
Mm.
I think, or not something that you can deal with. He would either feed you or he would kill you, I guess. So none of the scenarios sound fair or fun.
Yeah. Okay.
So I don't know. What do you think?
Do you wanna? I mean, it basically just sounds like it's not really possible. What's this? Lol. Yeah, just it sounds like it wouldn't be really possible. I was more like curious. I mean, it's in a way. I mean, I guess squad battle. If if there's gonna be put more attention into squad battle, it would probably compensate for what the idea I had or the what I was asking. So if squad battle has as much attention and gets more activity, then it would pretty much just satisfy that urge, I guess, or that wish. Do you want to host some scrims?
Oh yeah, for sure. Let's do it then. Let's see.
You
So which it's gonna be? I think it's gonna be a prestige only scrim. Yeah.
sure? I mean, you can't limit anything under prestige, so it will use prestige. Some people might try to be tryhards to use no prestige. They can do as they wish. I'm using prestige.
Oh well. Actually, this is a good mention. That's a um. I mean, this it's quite interesting. Or I'm not aware that it was brought up before, but I think we should be able to select a specific tier. Like, I want us to play only with. I mean, aside from tier 1, where since it's the first one, you can't say everybody is only tier 5 or stuff like that. So I'll just write this down.
Ooh, my connection's not good. This is going to be great.
Now there's Chacha over there talking. Okay, so
Let me check. Yeah. You can only pick anything lower.
yeah, so I guess we'll allow everything, and if you guys are choosing, so are you hosting it or am I?
You can host it. I'm just posting
Okay,
global.
sure. Should I go free for all team battle? I would go team battle just because I was talking about
Let's
the
do team.
classic.
We've been talking about how important
Yeah.
it is to communicate with teams. Let's start team. I guess I'm gonna go down the. I'll use verb power first.
Okay, it's done, guys. Guys, you can find the game. So this time it's not going to be with a password or anything. I'm going to have even people in the chat join if. Well, Dulzi wrote that says coding a screen. So just check out the global chat on iOS for today, and you'll see the invitation there from RGL.
I see it.
So you have an Orhi, and oh, I didn't set up my grenades. That's a good point. Firecracker, Verpower, Orhi,
This is gonna be
Sacker.
interesting. I think my Wi-Fi sucks right now.
Um.
Yeah, it does. See how long it's taking me to join. I might need to restart my game.
Okay. I'm not sure it's gonna help,
Matter.
though. I mean, it might be related to just the stream and the. I mean, the extra load on your Wi-Fi, but I don't know.
It's probably what it is. But I restarted it anyways. No.
Crank. So, is there any info? I'm just gonna read a few more comments until you figure it out. So, Crank is asking, hello Radu and Dulzi, is there any info about being able to add trinkets and normal camos on prestige weapons? We could add trinkets. The design decision was to keep them a little bit cleaner in that aspect. But if you guys really want it, I mean, we can ask the community and so on. And if you guys want it, we'll do it for sure. And as for the normal weapons, the normal camos on the weapons, and this is what I also answered Blackstone. I don't know why he mentioned before that I didn't really answer the question, as he was suggesting to be able to have the Invictus camo, for example, on his prestige weapons. The prestige weapons are being done in a totally different way than the normal weapons in terms of how they are mapped graphically. So it's not simply allowing them to be there. I mean, as in, the camos wouldn't look too good if we simply enable them. We would actually have to make them custom, and if we make them custom, we prefer we make a specific model rather than import it. But it's surprising how beloved the Invictus. I mean, I like it a lot as well, but it's like everybody really likes it for the visual aspect and not just like you were saying with the panda. Not I was saying about the masked panda, the alien kill sign. It's not necessarily the coolest one, but it's because of its availability.
Exclusivity.
It was a status symbol, yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, so you're in. Okay. There's about one or two more people to join, I guess. Well, yeah. Well, they're already in the lobby, but they just need to get in the teams. Your resolution seems to have dropped a bit.
Yeah, it's probably because I'm playing. Let's check. Let me close. It's probably absolutely awful. Maybe I shouldn't be playing.
Well, but I mean, between the two of us, I think you're the best to judge. But I'll give my opinion anyway as well. Anyway.
Well, let's try it out. Let's see this game. If not,
yeah.
I guess I could try turning off my camera or something. I don't know. It's pretty crap right now, my internet. So.
Ephraim Thomas, yes, your concerns are very true about squad rewards.
And we mentioned
not
them
being
too.
such a good reward, or well rewarded at the moment. And as I said, we'll be revisiting those for sure. Okay. Okay, so I'm sorry. So, Maid says I didn't use hack. Someone used hack on my account and now I'm banned. account, I can unban it. Well, it's kind of like if you let someone in your house to do something, then it's kind of your fault.
It is. I mean,
So
no one's going to be getting your account unless you get him the info. I've seen him posting on my server and everything about this over and over. This guy. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum back. It's Arabic. It's Muslim greeting. Let's start. Let's do it. Let's see how. Let's see the lag. If it lags badly enough, guys, I'm just gonna start knifing. Remember back in the day when lag knifing was a thing. The stream's gonna get a little bumpy, guys. Just hold on tight. Oh yeah.
Oh wait, there's. I think I either made a mistake or I didn't select the. I have like a starter loadout. I wasn't even sure that I have.
Oh snap!
Yeah, I'm just gonna get killed at some point, or I can pick up. No, I can't pick up anything. Leave.
Are there 3 cores only on that? I thought there were 4 cores on the Kanata armor. Oh shoot, he's using recon.
So I said I wanted the or he. Here you go.
Alright. This is not looking good for me. I'm not doing so hot.
I have to actually look at the stream to know how you're doing.
No, don't look at the stream. Don't look at it. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my
so
god.
let's test this out.
Ha!
I'm putting this down here.
Ha, Jester. Killed you with not a great weapon. Oh god. I got assist. Okay, we're switching weapons. Oh man. Firecracker. Let's see how good or bad it is. Oh wait. EMP strike.
Man, that smoke is killing me.
Dude, you're telling me smoke, EMP, like these guys aren't even giving us a little break. Like it's a scrim, guys. It's a scrim. Stop taking it so seriously. Jeez.
Oh man.
Like.
But I'm seriously getting EMP'd non-stop. It's man. Okay, after this I'm going to have some tryhard loadouts like anti-EMP and all that.
Like, guys.
Let's maybe find a position.
Let's just disable assault and call it a day.
Assault?
No, I'm just kidding.
Ah, well, yeah, I guess. I understand what you mean.
Spray and pray, spray and pray.
I am doing so.
Ha!
Haha. No, where was he? Oh man,
he was right in front of me. Whisper.
No. He came from behind. Yeah.
Oh, backstab.
There were two in front and 2, yeah.
Oh yeah, he killed me pretty fast with that. He's using the improved berserker with grinder. He killed me pretty fast with that.
Yeah.
Even with the Orhi.
Yeah, but again, we're facing him like in mid range. We should just like be a bit further, I think.
I'm just gonna I don't know, throw nades and just not worry about it.
Let me think.
Okay. There we go. Oh my gosh. So many EMPs. Come on, guys.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna use
Oh well, good job, guys.
Shit.
Barely, but I'm touching my loadouts a bit.
Let me check that stream and see how fantastic it was. Hopefully it was. Hopefully it was really laggy the whole time.
It actually wasn't that bad, to be honest. In terms of how laggy it was, I mean.
Nah, I'm hoping it was terrible. Man, it's pretty laggy. It's not too bad. It could have been worse, but it does look like I'm using like trash Wi-Fi. I'm playing on Edge. All right then. So you guys definitely are letting me know that you want me to use the anti-EMP, the ethereal core, because that's all I'm gonna have to put on everything.
Yeah, apparently.
Apparently so. I should have just used Dreadeye at some point. That's weird. My Paragon cores are locked up to That's weird. That's a weird glitch. You see it? If you look on stream,
Yeah,
all the cores are kind of messed up right now.
but again, depends on what or I
No,
wasn't no, because I went back a bit. Like on stream where the match isn't over yet.
so for no, okay. Oh, I see. So my cores for all my armors are messed up right now. Like for example, the new armor Plague Doctor has 4 core slots.
Yeah.
Like it has the Paragon core slots for me, which are fine as long as if it had the defense, it wouldn't matter. But
It has the
4
what
slots.
so you're saying you see it as 5 slots or what?
4 slots. It's 4 slots for Dulzi. I don't know why.
No, I think I understand what you mean. Okay, this is pretty weird. Can you I'll just give me, or I'll look into it after the stream. It's fine,
Yeah,
but yeah, I know what you mean.
guys, Plague Doctor got a buff. Let's switch to it.
Yeah, like,
That's just for me. I don't know about anyone else. Someone said I should spectate. It'd be better for the stream. Nah, that's not what this is about. This is about revenge.
they're making fun of your FPS, but
Yeah, 3 FPS. I'm going for 1 FPS. So this is good.
First question about CB. Why do we only get same teams to play CB and we have to wait forever to even get a game? Well, obviously one of the most direct answers would be that there aren't that many teams playing around your rating or even remotely close to your rating at the time that you're playing. So trying a different time would be useful, and as well as the fact that there are some issues with the connectivity, I guess sometimes in squad battles, in the way that some people remain in a match. So due to that, so let's say there are more people queuing, but some of them are having the issues and so on. So then you're still with a low population. So essentially, the idea is try a different time. If it's the same thing, then just wait for the squad improvements, which I think will definitely bring back the popularity of squad battles. I don't see any reason why not.
Oh,
So, and your
shipping's free.
second question, I don't know.
Oh, you can't even buy the Bounty Hunter event if you want to.
The Bounty Hunter. No, you shouldn't be able to buy the Sapper, but the Bounty Hunter should be available.
All my stuff's like, it might just be my, I don't know if it's me or what it is, but all my stuff's kind of weird right now. Oh well.
Can you actually just give me one second? I'll be back in just a few seconds.
Sweet.
Sure. Just a few seconds. Thanks.
No problem. So, as you guys can see, these Prestige weapons, some of them aren't that amazing, but also my connection is not great. I typically play on data, guys. That's why I play so crap during streams. And yeah, I'm not a dev, but I do know the game pretty well. Pretty darn well, I think. So, yeah. So does that guy. I could try hosting another scrim. Why not? Let's create one. I'm not gonna put a passkey. I'm just gonna let it be global because there are no rules in this one. For real, except for no fast spawn. And I'm gonna limit it to 8 players because I feel like that would help. Why not? It's not really my phone, guys. I'm on an XS Max. Nice device. It's just a matter of my Wi-Fi. I'm streaming to my computer, which is streaming to you guys, and I'm also video recording with Radu. So all those things put together messes everything up.
Okay, so just quickly checked with the devs. It's indeed a display bug that's being solved in the upcoming hotfix. So just the armor thing. It's not you, Dulzi. It's us. So no worries.
Oh, that's fine. I'll just use Play Doctor. They can use Paragon. Oh, it's just a display. It's just a display bug. So what does that mean? Is it like so if I use Play Doctor?
It means that you'll have what's written on top rather than what's shown. Like if you were selecting the Plague Doctor, you would see that it's actually Paragon on top.
And
that's why you were seeing the cores from the Paragon.
I see. All right.
So like everything is slightly to the left, but
I see. 1v4. Let's do it, boys. 2v3. Come on, let's balance it out.
You made the new game
already? I did. I posted on Global. I'm gonna post it on my squad chat. Yeah. Hopefully, it's if I do poorly, it's really laggy. If I do well, it's hopefully clear. I really can't.
But can you share it again on Global? I don't see it.
I did. You might need to like refresh your game. I was doing that actually. I don't think you noticed it, but I was doing it over and over.
Maybe I needed to reconnect or something.
Yeah. Dulzi, do you have a podcast now? Sometimes. Why would he? No. I'm just talking on stream. I'm just recording for no reason.
Okay, some players are asking how do you get neck guard. Some players suggested contacting customer care. That only works if you had the armor with the specific ability on it. Otherwise, I guess combat packs and duels for cores. Right?
You can get it. Can you get that one? I don't think you can get that one in combat packs. It's actually a rare kill sign. It was available in an Oni event not too long ago, I want to say. So, yeah. You can get it through events. You might be able to get it through armor packs. I'm not 100% sure. I had the armor back in the day for it. That's why I have it.
But I still don't see the invite.
You should refresh your game. It might be because sometimes I think there are 2 different lobbies or something. Like so,
there might be even more, I guess. But
oh shoot.
Since we're on 2 different continents, and I guess, but these are usually limited by the number of players. Would it be okay if I host it again, I guess, and you join?
Sure.
Or, I guess
we'll do that. Even though
I don't know. It's fine. I can see people joining yours. If I can't join it, it's fine. I will just watch. It's no problem.
All right.
I can talk much better.
Sweet. Well. I can't talk, and really I can't play right now, but we'll try.
It says to make a screen with password. Yeah.
Too late.
Too late.
There we go. Let's see if Recon's any use in streets. Like, oh, tier 1 pistol's not going to help, but it's okay. All right. Let's see. I keep on forgetting Recon doesn't have a secondary ability. Someone's definitely going to be approaching from this way. Oh, wow.
What?
No, I just got completely just hammered.
Yeah, the only thing is, well, it's fine. But
Was it
since I
Arctic?
can't
You can't see
see your
my thing. Was it Arctic? You said that Firecracker was good. Arctic.
No, I think Arctic said that, or was it? I'll open the
There we go. I got a kill with it.
topic.
It was
Yeah.
Jester though, so I killed him last time with not a good weapon. So we'll see how that works. He's using EMP grenades now. I put Ethereal and the guy uses EMP grenades.
No, it's Kwang. Kwang is also on Facebook. Actually, I saw him before commenting, and he was saying that Firecracker feels a bit underpowered, and especially the ability. Arctic was kind of agree and was more on the line that it's pretty fine, and he's happy with it.
I don't know. I'm not really. I've not used Recon in such a long time. Oh snap! I'm so dead. I've not used Recon. I see everyone using the Whisper though, so there's that. I might switch though, because I'm literally hurting my team. Oh, got a kill.
Mask LP, just by the way, as I mentioned, your suggestion has been recorded and so on, and we will probably have more kill signs as rewards in general. Not as in like a daily reward or anything, but to further make squad battles more insightful.
Oh, that's my teammate. All right, that's it. Hold on a second. Yeah, I think I'm 2-10. I think for people who says that Recon isn't good, I think that you're like out of your mind.
Well, let's see. As you're making that, but we haven't seen anything so far. Now the game is just starting.
Oh, is it? Wow. For you,
Why do you have two fire buttons overlapping if
I
instead
don't.
of
Do I tell you how? Do I tell you about your hood? I don't know.
no, no, I was I was just curious. Well, I thought it's maybe an undiscovered OP trick.
I don't know. I just put it on there. So I don't.
Okay.
I'm not gonna miss my fire button. This guy with his EMP nades.
Well, he's very smart. I don't notice people using EMP nades in that often, to be honest.
Shaft nades. He started using them, I think, because I think it was because people were using that as shield, that kill streak shield thing.
Ah. Mhm. Well, that's pretty smart, actually. It's very annoying, but it's smart. The Berserker Rage. Jose asked what's the Berserker Rage Core. So it's actually that's we're talking about the improved Berserker one generally, right?
Yeah.
Increases the duration. Jose, there are. I mean, you can check them out, but I guess I'm gonna shamelessly share someone from the community that's doing the wiki. So, if you don't know what each core does and so on, just check out this page. I linked it on Facebook and on YouTube. So.
Dulzi, you talk too much. You have no idea about MC5. Yeah, I've just been playing MC5 5 years. That's why I don't know anything. Oh, what's up, C-Pan? Yeah, I used to play with that guy like a couple years ago. Didn't know he was all around. Let me ban.
Jose really likes the LSN. That's cool. For example, I'm really curious actually how you do with the LSN and the Tony. I guess I feel like the LSN is kind of it's probably a weird way to say it, but I feel it's like a bit like a sniper for low range,
Yeah, no,
in the sense that you have to choose the moment where when you press the button to shoot, and that has to be that's the most important moment.
I agree. Actually, I've used that same analogy. It's with someone. It's basically like you've got to be great, like with no scoping. It's like a no scope sniper in a way. Like
Yeah.
if you hit them with the right spot, they're dead. Um, so yeah, I totally agree with you in that instance. It's the DBS when it comes to ESL is kind of the same, except you actually have 4 bullets. Um, that's actually why you see me with in terms of ESL, I'll use either sniper or heavy. Like that's it. But and that's because sniping you can no scope, and heavy you can it's kind of the same mechanic in a weird way. Um,
Yeah.
so
Although they're like at opposite spectrums of range
right,
normally.
no, exactly. That's exactly why I'd use them. Like on closer range maps, I'll try to use it heavy, and then when I'm at a far range, I'll use sniper, and I'll no scope if I need to. Like I did during the stream just a second ago. But it's a yeah. So I wasn't very successful using those weapons, but keep in mind I don't use recon anymore at all. I don't use verpower, so they're not weapons I'm very comfortable with. Period. I know the stream quality is bad, guys. It's because I was doing bad.
But why are you? Oh, in the end, you just switched to the
I
ARG. Just
I switched to oh wow, it is lagging. Jeez, I switched to my comfort weapon. I die right now. There we go.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I switched to my comfort weapon. Instead, I don't use these weapons, guys. So I'm not going to perform really well. Plus, I'm on stream, so everything's not even great connection, anyways. So, oh well.
That's a very weird challenge, but I don't know. So there's a guy called Kodamine, says, come fight Kodamine in rooftops, capture the flag 1 versus 1. Is
Yeah,
that a thing?
no,
Seems like a very specifically random scenario.
no. That I've never 1v1s. Are typically VIP.
Yeah, I know, it's because you can see the location.
Sometimes team battle, sometimes, but really mostly VIP.
And I think rooftops, especially, is pretty weird for a 1v1
It
because
is
the
weird.
spawn points. I mean, the spawn points are on such different levels. I don't know if that makes different levels of elevation. So like you could spawn just on top and one just right below, and the guy on top would have such a good advantage over you, on the other way around or so on. So I really really think it's a good map for a few players. I really think it's a map that's an uphill battle, so to speak, usually.
Yeah. So someone mentioned in the comments that they posted on the forum. They think that Hands of Gret is still broken. They want us to use it. I could, but it's getting another nerf. I think we mentioned that too. So that should actually help it. I don't.
Radu, please try out. Oh, okay, so
Yeah.
that's the thing that, yeah, I've also noticed. I mean, I noticed the comments, so yeah, sure. We could go with it.
Oh, we can do one more. It's good. We can do one more lag match. Do you want to host?
Yeah, sure. Just let me let me get a proper. So I'm going to try hard as much as I can.
I want to use
So I'm
Hands and
going.
Grit. I'm probably gonna do well or better because I was doing better with Grinder. I mean, than the other weapons.
Well, for me in the first match, it wasn't even about using the Orhi or using Grinder or anything. There were just so many of those EMP grenades. I couldn't see anything, so
Yeah.
I mean, I couldn't aim properly with anything, to to be honest. So
Vice is still good. No one's ever denied the Vice is not good, but the thing that the Vice has going against it is it's a distance weapon. So if a match is close range, the Vice isn't going to do that great. I mean, it's a good sniper. I mean, it's a good automatic sniper rifle / assault rifle. But yeah. This will probably be our last scrim, I think.
Yeah. For today, that is.
For today. I may be on later, who knows? Maybe not.
So allow everything. Not okay. Do you have any preference for the map? Because I choose. I went for Vantage, but I guess.
Vantage. I like Vantage. As long as it's not canals, I'm cool. I'm game. So let's see. Do I see your match? Did you post it already?
I'm posting it now.
Sweet.
Can you see it?
Mm.
Guys, but also just check your general. You should see RGL.
I'm gonna try refreshing my game and hoping that it works.
Oh, hello, Hellfire. Nice to see you. Oh, and use Shibing Armor. Use LSN, use Shibing Armor. And then you're a pro. But why Shibing Armor? I mean, why would Shibing Armor be superior to Paragon or anything like that? I wonder. We can see that you're changing your name, but...
Let's do it. First question is about SB. Why do we only get the same teams to play SB? Why would we have to wait forever to even get a game?
No, I kind of covered that when I said that it's a matter of population and some issues with squad battles in general. So I guess the popularity of the game mode, as well as so my suggestions for that was to try it at a different time or wait for the squad battle improvements to come, and you should see much more activity there.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of self-explanatory.
I'm just curious if that's what you meant, asking us to play with the Marauder tier 9, if that was, because I read that comment before as well, and so I think that's what you meant. That
tier,
you read it
tier
on the
8.
forum.
Yeah, I'm using it right now. I'm going to use it this match and see how it does. I feel like it's still outclassed by Grinder right now at its current state, or like on par with it. But this is a good map to kind of like test it. It's kind of a closer range map, so I think this is a good map to test it on. Test it out on.
Okay, so let's do it. There's like four people on each side almost. Come on, guys, let's get a 5v5 at least. And guys, we know you like to join as well. I think we'll be doing that more on the community streams where we'll try to cover more of the platforms, since Dulzi, it's not so easy for Dulzi to go to other platforms, and also you saw that the gameplay is pretty demanding for the stream.
Yeah, for me, like in order for me to play where the gameplay isn't gonna be bad, I have to disable my camera. I think that would actually help. Like probably just stick to like voice on Discord or something.
Oh yeah, that's totally
funny. So that's gonna be an option I'm gonna explore in the future. So I do plan on hosting scrims, guys, but you won't be able to see my beautiful face, unfortunately. So for those of you, I'm sorry, but that we'll do that, and we'll do that moving forward when it comes to streams. I'll just disable my camera, so that it won't bother the stream.
So after fully preparing my loadout, I noticed that while talking to you, the game was fully full. So I'm on the spectator, but at least I can trash talk about how you're playing and so on. So I can actually see you live now. It's not going to be something that you're saying and I'm not able to see it.
Gosh, this guy's using EMP grenades is so annoying. Like
nerf EMP grenades.
He wouldn't use them if he weren't seeing me on live.
Why do you think it's you in particular?
Probably.
You're doing actually not so well. I mean, your score is negative still, but oh wow! So double kill followed by an immediate death though. And you have the best course. Like best course setup. Is that your shield?
Yep.
Seem pretty effective there.
It is.
Well, you were saying that the grinder is pretty good versus it, though.
It is.
Or too good. So we'll
It's
have to see.
pretty darn good, actually. I probably should have actually taken away damage.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry, silencer. I have a silencer. This guy keeps on throwing these freaking grenades at me. It's so annoying.
Well, it's true that you are the leader now, that you're just using the Hansen Gret. More depths than the other guy on the other team, but you're neck to neck. Both 7 kills. And what else do we have in the game? So there's Whisper, Hansen Gret. So there's a Hansen Gret on the other side as well. How is that guy doing? So what's his name? It's Superstar. Actually, the guy with the Hansen Gret on the other team is like almost the last with only 2 kills. And there's a grinder.
There.
So actually let's see, I'm B. Yeah, so actually the number 1 is the grinder on the other team. And
Yeah, Jester.
yeah. He's definitely a good player though as well, but it's quite interesting. And there's someone bringing the Lava BSW, just as good as a prestige weapon, or good looking. Oh, you got him. You could take the pink, the pink Hansen Grets. I mean, you're doing well with it, but I don't feel like I feel like you are getting killed a good amount of time. So, for example, now you're surviving at 3% somehow. So that was really, really, really lucky, I think. Or, I don't know. We're strong.
Oh, got killed by the saber.
What?
I know, right?
But I didn't notice anybody using the saber.
Tier 1 guy using the saber. There we go.
Oh.
Had to go quiet for a second.
Yeah, no problem.
Hopefully the connection in that game was better.
No, it really is. It was fine. I mean, I'm only glancing at the monitor as I'm watching you live, but yeah.
Sweet. Yeah, Hands of Grid's still pretty decent, guys. But
the thing is, I mean, you did a good amount of kills, but you also died quite a lot, I think.
Yeah, 1911 is not great. The guy who did best actually used the grinder, the best performing player statistically, went 12-5. So, I mean, it should be a good weapon. It should be a good class. It was all close range. What do you expect? You expect it to be like garbage at close range? Honestly, I probably would have preferred a grinder over that, just because the kill streak. Yeah, access to kill streaks, access to improved berserker. You know, the mobility of a grinder, like it increasing your speed, and I just would have preferred the grinder, but I used the Hands and Grit just because of someone's suggestion.
Yeah, the Quang's request.
Yeah, that's the only reason why I used it. So it's still good. We're not trying to like. I don't think the purpose of the nerf is to make it trash. The purpose of
it's like unusable. Yeah,
is to make it what's it called just not overpowered, which I don't feel like it is. I feel like Grinder's a very good counter to it, and I think that if you're a good sniper, it's also, if you're a good sniper and you're at a distance, it's also a decent counter. I don't think it's broken. I feel like broken's being over exaggerating a little bit. But the next update or the hotfix apparently nerfs the reload time, which I think is going to provide a huge impact for those of you guys who are worried about it. And I'm curious to see its usability then compared to like a grinder or assault.
Yeah, I mean, if when in looking at your when looking at you, you were reloading like almost every 2-3 seconds, I
I was,
guess,
yeah.
or something
So
like that.
that I
So
think that'll make a big difference.
yeah.
Honestly, for those of you guys who are concerned about it. So yeah, we'll see. I don't think it's broken. I think that with the nerf that's coming to it, it's going to be pretty usable, but I think it's still going to be outclassed or on par with a lot of those really popular SB weapons. So yeah,
So Kwang says I'm gonna call him Kwang because I don't know. He has
oh no,
4 names and I'm
you've
not
got
really
to read the
sure.
whole thing, man.
Oh,
No, I'm just kidding.
Nguyen. Okay, well, okay, yeah. As I just want, I mean, I don't want to offend him or anything.
Yeah, yeah.
Hopefully you don't mind. So he's saying Hans and Gret dual pistols that fire that all of the SMGs of them are then all of the SMGs of them are. That is why I meant by saying it being broken. He's saying that it's performing like in a different league, so to speak, compared to the other thing. But it's I guess it's just our interpretation of because Marauder has essentially. I mean, if you think about it, some classes have generally one type of weapon or like different variants of the same type of weapon. Then there are classes that have almost one of each. If you think of things like Bounty Hunter or
Yeah.
Morph and so on. For the Marauder, it's just it's either SMGs or it's pistols. So I think it's pretty hard to. I mean, I think it's good to have one at least one SMG and one pistol that stands out, right? So depending on the play style.
Oh, and I see what you meant, by the way. Whenever you
Because
talked about everything shifting, it says the name
sorry.
of the it says the name of the armor on the top. Whenever I'm changing my armors right now,
Oh yeah.
and it says like it shows front face the Plague Doctor, but it actually says Paragon on the top description. So yeah, that's it.
But by the way, Kwang, we know exactly what you mean. What we did when on the first buff was not just change the fire rate, but we also improved the animation. So that's why but that was announced. We didn't do that as a stealth, as far as I'm aware. And I think I even contributed to those patch notes, and I think it was mentioned. But yeah, and
Yeah.
we have gone back on that. Like almost with each update. That's why we've been tuning the fire rate most and first and foremost. Because in terms of damage, this is the thing. I noticed another comment that was mentioning like why don't we or we seem to only be touching the fire rate and not touching the damage, because the damage is it's pretty slow, it's pretty small, and it's pretty hard to nerf enough for it to make it significant. I mean, specifically on the Hans and Gret, you have 10 damage. Yeah, so let's say that means it takes you, I guess, 5 shots from both weapons essentially to kill someone. If you put it like from 10 to what 8, then you have 6 shots from 6. Yeah, I think 6 shots from 7 shots, 6 to 7 shots from each weapon. So but because of the fire rate, the difference in just one more bullet that it would take to kill someone would not be significant enough. I hope the person that was saying understands that. So that's the reason why touching the damage doesn't really do that much.
Sorry, I noticed my squad was in the squad battle. I had to help them. No, I mean,
You're in a squad battle, okay. So okay, then I guess we'll end it early. And guys, well, you can probably find Dulzi in the squad battles right now, I
yeah, I
guess.
know,
So.
right? Yeah, no, I just noticed because Jester's in my squad, so I knew he was gonna be on. So guys, that's it for this week. I will probably see you guys next week.
Someone saying is it's the first match on the stream that you went positive, so it's definitely broken. So I don't
Lol.
know. That's a burn, but
Well, I'm going
we'll
positive
see.
right now, guys. So
Okay,
I'm
guys.
4-2 right now. So I'm an SB. All right, guys. Well, thank you, Radu, for being on stream with me per usual.
No, thank you very much. I feel like we could touch this topic a bit more on another episode. You guys should you can let us know. Make sure you go to the forums for MC5. There's the topic that has been opened with this discussion, and quite a few players already posted some good feedback there, and we could also discuss some more on a future episode. So, and I will also reply to you there after this podcast. So do check it out and let us know if you want us to continue talking about prestige weapons.
Yeah.
So
I think
Dulzi,
that
thanks a lot.
no problem. And
Tell me.
I said I think that prestige weapon. I have an interest in prestige weapons, just because I've gotten a little more involved in SB thanks to my team. So I kind of want to see more love for them. But although I'm using a BSW right now, which is my preferred weapon, by far.
So by the way, like bonus question for I guess for next time or so on, or for the guys on the forum, what would you think would be a cool mechanic or weapon or thing for the trackers secondary? I mean the second tier 9 that we would be bringing. So in that sense, we would be discussing.
Oh yeah, that's exciting. The second prestige. I'm sorry, I interrupted you. Continue.
Well, it's okay. We're seeing your squad battle live though. If you don't mind, that's cool.
It doesn't matter. I'm doing well for once. See, I'm doing positive here, guys. Look at that. Who said that comment? We're doing positive here.
It's Darcy and Zures.
Yeah, look at this. I'm doing positive. Okay? Stop hating. I'm not always negative.
But it's quite interesting. Actually, you haven't shown any of those because it's not really your style, since they're not action bolt and so on. But I'm quite certain that you would be a pretty
formidable,
pretty strong, like a monster on device as well, and right?
Yeah. I've used device before. It's too broken for me. Well, too broken for me to personally use.
Okay.
So
in that. But not for everyone else. That's the thing. If I try the device, I'm definitely going to be like, I'm gonna be on negative score for sure.
It's Vice is broken, but I mentioned earlier that close range is not as good. The BSW would probably be a little better. Oh God. There we go.
So many. I think I should let you get on this, unless you want me to trash talk. But then your team would be like, well, actually, you're
doing well
ahead. So yeah.
I'm actually